Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit and Cross Stitch podcast slash FlossTube. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dami, also known as Yamis Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Thursday, the 9th of January, 2020, and this is episode 378. Okay, let us tell you what happened. Because obviously I am not in Seattle with Dami right now. Because it was snowing this morning, and I was nervous about being out in it. Dami is trying to adjust so that she can be comfortable. I was nervous about trying to be out in it and not knowing what it was going to do. It's not snowing now. We had a tiny bit of snow on the roof, and it snowed for a little while, and it's gone, and the sun is out now. So I could have come, probably, but I did not want to chance it. So we're going to record this way, and hopefully it'll work. And I won't have to spend 37 years editing. We'll see. We'd like to say a big welcome back. Okay, wait, left hand to right for me. We love you guys. I hope that was right. To all of our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. We don't intend to continue recording this way, but sometimes life happens. Dami, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join our group on Ravelry and introduce yourself in our introductions thread, because you'll get a shout out on our next episode, and you'll be able to participate in all our alongs and giveaways.
That's right. Well, we have a few things to talk about today, so we probably should get started.
And now we're going to talk about what is on her needles.
I just have one project going on my needles right now. These are birthday socks for my bestie's youngest son, Izzy. This is from my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles. And the main yarn is Premier Yarn's Serenity Sock Prints in the Purple Spice colorway. And then the toe and the cuff is X-Ray Ann hand-dyed fingering sock weight in the semi-solid Battleship colorway. And these will be just tube socks because he's still a growing boy. And that's the only thing I have active on my needles right now, because I have a couple of finishes for this week. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
So I finished a couple things this week. First up is these slippers for Christmas. Yes, I know Christmas is already passed. I'm behind. For my bestie's oldest son, Noah. And these are the Bed Peds pattern by Yvonne Mendelsohn on US 5s, 3.75 mil, and US 7s, 4.5 mil needles. And the main yarn is the Knitology Glowing Worsted in the Pachyderm colorway. And the gray is Red Heart Soft in the light gray Heather colorway. That blue is not showing up very true. That's a little better. So those are finished. And then the other thing I finished, what did I do with it? I just had it. There it is. Sorry, I'm losing things over here. Is this week's preemie hat, my first one for 2020. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on Ravelry. And I did it on US 6s, 4 mil needles. And the yarn is Big Twist Sincerely Ombres in the Cupcake Confetti colorway, and Lion Brand Heartland in the Kings Canyon colorway. That's actually a green, not a black, is what it's kind of showing as. And I used up all of the Cupcake Confetti colorway. So that's what I like to do, though, with preemie hats, is use up leftovers so that I'm making good use of all the yarn I have. So that's everything I finished. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. What have you got going, Dami?
So I've got this. It's going to be a Pokemon pattern. It will be Vulpix and Ninetales. Been doing it at night. Yeah, the link to the pattern and stuff is in the show notes.
How much more do you have still to go in the top part?
I have 4 colors left.
Okay. And you're leaving the background part white instead of stitching white.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll make it where you don't have to stitch as much. So, okay, I finished this week. This is my Quaker Pumpkin, which is a pattern by the Stitcher Hood. And I changed the colors just to make them show up better on this color fabric. I haven't obviously finished it yet. I have a unfinished pumpkin wall hanging that I'm going to paint. I'm not sure what color yet. I'm going to take this into the craft store to decide. And then I really want to do this kind of as an oval shape. But that's harder to cut than a straight line. So I have to figure it out. But I won't display this until later in the year anyway. So I have plenty of time. And then I just picked back up working on Emily's House, which is a pattern by Lindy Stitches. I got a whole lot done on this week, Dammy. So much.
So much.
You know, a whole 200 stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kept having to rip it out, though, at Stitching Group because if you don't get that the green border exactly right, then your whole project is going to be off. And I kept messing up on counting. And I was just like ready to throw it against the wall, but I didn't. I'm probably going to make some modifications to this pattern. Like it's, why is the snail as big as the bird?
Yes.
And why is there an orange rabbit with chicken legs?
Yes.
I don't know. I like the quote on it. Speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. I should just make it all cats, I think. Just nothing but cats. Nothing but cats. It's nothing but cats. And then the other thing that I am almost done with is the Country Cottage Needleworks Countdown to Christmas. That's the wrong thing, Cece. Here we go. So here is where I'm at. I changed the color of this other house to this kind of peachy color instead of making it another greenhouse. The peach is used in the pattern right there. You see it? Santa's face. So yeah, I need to finish this house. There's another tree right here. There's snowflakes and smoke out of the chimney and then a white curved border, and I will be done. And then I'm continuing again with School of Magical Stitches and Literature, which is a Facebook challenge. And we are doing Kingdom Keepers and Villains from Disney this year. I haven't read the books yet. I'm waiting for the first one from the library. Last week we had to choose a character and one of their personality traits. We had to correlate it with a pattern that we were working on. And then this week, one of the prompts is stitching in black. One of the prompts is about a fire station. One of them is about, I don't remember, a project that stretches you, and then a project that has an object that has human characteristics but is not human. So like it could be an animal wearing a piece of human clothing or something like that. I don't have anything in my current projects like that, so I'll have to do penalty stitches for that. But yeah, that is what I am working on cross stitch. So I think we're ready to move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are. You like things we want to talk to you about?
Yummies. So you went and saw a movie this week without me.
Yes, I went and saw Little Women.
And what did you think?
I cried the whole time.
Yeah. Have you watched other of the Little Women movies? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you want to see this one?
Callie got into it. It was like Little Women. I was like, yeah, I know about Little Women. And I'd had a Little Women thing earlier where I reread the book. And
Yeah. Cool. I will probably wait and see it when it comes out to watch it at home because we don't go to the cinema very often. So
yeah.
Okay, well, I went to Portland on Thursday last week to go to First Thursday at Acorns and Threads, which is a cross stitch shop, and every first Thursday they have a stitching group thing. So I went down with some of my friends from stitching group, and I got a few things. I got floss. These are classic Colorworks, the licorice red and the snowball. These are both ones that I'm using in my countdown to Christmas, and I wasn't going to have enough, so I needed to pick up some more. I picked up this one too, Dammy.
Ooh.
This is Threadworks, and I think it's called Christmas Candy, but it's used in the, remember the pattern I bought last month? The
Very healthy Yule.
Yeah, Bindi Stitchy's Very Hilda Yule. This is the border, the frame. It uses this color. So I went ahead and picked that up. I had them order a pattern for me that they didn't have in stock when I was there the previous month, and it came in. This is from Waxing Moon Designs, and it's called Merry Musings. And the main reason I got it was for this one right here. It says, I just want to stitch and watch Christmas movies, and Daddy agrees that I need to put Hallmark in there. Hallmark Christmas movies. And then this other one is Life is Short, Drink the Eggnog, Eat the Cookies. If I do that one, I'll probably change it to Drink the Hot Cocoa, Eat the Cookies. So there's that. And then this is from Heartstring Samplery. It is from their Magical Elixir series, part 5. It's called The Coffee Drinker's Confession. And it says, I don't have a problem with coffee. I have a problem without coffee. Yes, I know, so funny. And then this one is also from Heartstring Samplery, and it's called The Cat Sampler. The Cat Sampler. The quote on it says, a house isn't a home without the ineffable contentment of a cat with its tail folded about its feet. Isn't it pretty? I love it. I am going to change the big cat to look like Pink Pearl, though. Because.
See, yeah, that's a pretty big cat. Why don't you want to change that one?
Because it's a cat.
Cats are supposed to be enormous?
Yes. Because it's going to look like Pink Pearl. And then the rest of the cats will be
And she's
small.
enormous?
She's a fluffy girl. The rest of the cats will be small. I probably will not put the initials right there like this, like she did in the pattern, but I think it's cute. And so I'm going to do that. And then also while I was there, I had asked Marion from Caddy Cross Stitches, there's her business card, to make me some more snippities. And so I just told her I wanted pink. And this is the fabrics that she chose. Oops, you can't see it. There we go. And what these are is it's got a magnet right here under the label, so you can put your needle or your scissors or whatever there. And then this has got, it's not felt. I'm not sure exactly what kind it is, but if you lay like floss down on it, it doesn't slide. It just stays put. So I wanted more of these so I could put one like in each project or whatever. So I got those from her versus her shipping them to me. I was just like, just bring them if you don't mind, and I'll pay for them there and everything. So she mailed out the one that I got for you, though. So I should have it. I should be able to bring it next week. It should be here by then. So, yeah, so I will do that. So I think that is everything for Yamis. Do you have anything else that's not in the show notes?
No.
I don't think so either. So let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. So let's see, January, our theme has been, just like the start of the new year, goals, things like that, as well as just some of our normal crafting stuff. So what are we about to show them, Dammy?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Great job. Yay. It's never too late to join in. You take a look at the prompt for the day. Do you know what today's prompt is?
Begins with J.
So you interpret that however you want. You take a picture of something that begins with J. You post it on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photo and yours might get chosen. Are you okay?
No.
Oh, what happened?
Making knots.
Oh, no fun. If you are participating in GGK Crafty Pad and you have a private account on Instagram, you need to make sure that Dammy's Doodles is following you because otherwise we can't see your photos. So get them posted and yours might get chosen. All right, I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading right now?
Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Rereading that. I don't have any fiction books to read this quarter, but I'm still reading The Glass Scientist, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo.
Are you still reading Shakespeare?
Oh, yes, Cymbeline by Shakespeare.
Because that's the show y'all are doing Shakespeare-wise this year, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I assume you're getting your 15 minutes a day in?
Yes.
What am I referring to?
The January, February, March RAL read-along.
Yes, so this is both a quarterly and a year-long challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. There's a quarterly thread in the Ravelry group where you post once and then edit your post every day to tell us that you're reading. And you earn entries into the year-long challenge. And then there's also ways to earn bonus entries, and we'll do 3 grand prize winners at the beginning of 2021 from those entries. 2 people have claimed their grand prizes for 2019. 1 person has not. So if you participated in the 2019 read-along, you should go watch last week's episode. So if you have any questions, everything's listed in the show notes and in the Ravelry group, but there is a chatter thread if you have any questions or the like. So. Okay, well, I have started rereading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, book number 5 by J.K. Rowling, along with Harry Potter and the Secret Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. So we did chapter 1 this week, Dudley Demented. So it's fun to kind of get back to that after taking a little bit of a break after the end of book 4. So And then I finished listening to books 8 and 9 from the J.P. Beaumont series by J.A. Jance, which is a detective series set here in the Seattle area. I finished reading book 2 of the Detective Murdoch series by Maureen Jennings, which that's the series that inspired Murdoch Mysteries, which is a Canadian TV show. I finished reading books 36 and 37, and I'm reading book 38 from the In Death series by J.D. Robb, which is a futuristic police series. And then I am listening to First Grave on the Right, which is book 1 in the Charlie Davidson series by Dorinda Jones. She's like the Grim Reaper and sees dead people and all of that. So, okay, watching. While you were still here, we watched The Aeronauts, which was a Amazon Prime movie with, what's his name?
Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones.
Yeah, in it. It was pretty good. There was a lot of stuff in the reviews about how they had changed part of the true stuff about it. Anyway, it was a good movie. So, and then I watched a couple of Hallmark movies, Winter in Vale and Crossword Mysteries, Abracadaver. It was set at a magic mansion.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I finished watching series 8 and 9 of Silent Witness, and I'm watching series 10. It's a good one to like craft to because I don't have to pay super close attention. It's a British procedural set mainly in the pathology department. The Dr. Hubs and I finished watching series 7 of Father Brown, and series 8 is currently airing, so we need to watch that. But it's so weird because they do all 10 episodes of series 8 in 2 weeks' time. They air them 5 days one week and 5 days the next week, and then it's done. So I'm not sure why, but yeah. Okay, series 12 of Doctor Who started. It was a 2-parter called Spyfall, and the Master was back, and we found out that he destroyed Gallifrey.
Oh.
Yeah, Gallifrey is in ruin when the Doctor went back because the Master had destroyed it. Not cool. Okay, we're watching season 11 of NCISLA, series 9 of Call the Midwife, season 13 of Murdoch Mysteries, and I just started watching the final season 6 of SCHITT' Creek. Because it sounds like a bad word, and I know we have some children that listen with their parents sometimes. So, yeah, this is the final season of the show. It's really funny. And I'm not a big comedy person, but every once in a while I find a comedy that I just really like. So watching that, and then listening to, of course, My Favorite Murder. What about you, Dami?
Just random Spotify playlists. No cabin pressure this week.
What? I don't know who you are. Have you gotten burnt out on cabin pressure, or you just didn't do it?
No, I just didn't have time.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I think we are ready to move on to the next segment.
And now I'm going to talk about our December, January, February.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Ow. So this make-along started on the 1st of December and runs through the 29th of January. It is for any project that you can knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince is related to winter. Your fallback is you made it in the winter. There are a couple main rules for this owl. The first is that your project must have been begun no earlier than the 1st of December and then finished no later than the 29th of January. And the second rule is that each project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin must be at least 20 yards. If your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single post with other projects that together total at least 20 yards. For stitching and sewing projects, we leave it to your best judgment, but if you'd like a ruling, you can PM Java Pearl on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
Yes.
You can feel free to poly dip in other alongs that are going on, as long as it fits with the rules. That's totally fine. We have lots of lovely prizes on our screen right now. Thank you so much to our prize donors. If you would like to get a closer look at these prizes or see where they came from, you can go to our show notes, geekygirlsknit.com, or tune into the first podcast of every month where we talk about them in detail. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group Ravelry on Ravelry in order to participate. There's a hashtag if you'd like to tag your projects or posts on social media. It's GGK Winter 1920. The FO thread is going to be locked on the morning of the 1st of March, and winners will be drawn for the next podcast after that, and any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize, or they forfeit it.
Yes.
There is a chatter thread on Ravelry where you guys can post the progress of your projects. And it's where I congratulate people who finish projects during the week, but I also do that here. So, A. Bingham, Jojediah, Knitter Chow, Little Angel SG2, Elle McCall, Meditative Crafter, Mockingbird Maid, Sam Ash Williams 94, Silver Luna 2112, VT Kimmy Kim, and Yellcat 2.
Congratulations. Great job, everybody. Keep working on your projects. You got, what about 1 and 2/3 months left to get your projects done and get them posted, and you could be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes. What's this week's question?
This week's question is from Penny, who is Penny Gale from Kentucky. Have you ever done a craft like diamond painting? It's sort of like cross-stitch / paint by number. The image is charted onto a sticky canvas. You use a tool to pick up and place colored diamonds, sort of like beads. I just received and started one, and it's quite addictive. Would this work for the along?
I already contacted Penny about this, but no, it won't work for the along because it's more like kind of maybe like adult coloring type thing versus a fiber art. So we did say no on that, but it is a really cool craft. My niece and nephews, your cousins, really like to do them. And they sent you and I both a couple of stickers that they made with the diamond painting thing. And I know they've made some other pieces as well. There is a lady who sometimes comes to our cross-stitch group who also enjoys doing diamond painting. So I've seen them that way. They seem to be really popular right now. Every time I am in one of the craft stores, I see them. It seems like a cool thing. It kind of reminds me of like the in the same vein of like when I was a kid, there was the like felt things with there was numbers in it, and it was a picture, and you would color it in with markers. My uncle, G-Paul's brother, really enjoyed doing those. Greg, he had Down syndrome, and but he was a very creative guy, and he really enjoyed doing those. So, yeah, so that's what it kind of reminds me of, is that. So, yeah, you have anything to say on it? Nope. All right. Well, thank you so much to Penny for the question. Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. And we will answer the questions in the order they come in, unless there's a time-sensitive one. And there hasn't been anything we haven't been willing to answer. So feel free to ask away. All right. Let's move on to the next segment. With that, we made it to the end of the show. Yeah, we had to re-record part of this because it it didn't record correctly, and then there was noise, and so it's just yeah, we're a little off today. So but sometimes that happens. I mean, 7 years in, you're gonna have off episodes. So I don't think we have any announcements. Really, episodes we're releasing on Fridays this quarter. But I think that's the only announcement other than our normal stuff, unless you have something.
No.
Okay. We'd like to say a big thank you. We love you guys, to everybody who supports the podcast, however it is you support us, but especially to those who support us financially, because it does cost money to do a podcast, unfortunately. Such as like shipping out prizes this week and such like that. So if you'd like to support the podcast financially, there's 3 main ways you can do that. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount of money a month to your favorite creatives. You earn rewards based on the level you donate at. I sent out Patreon rewards earlier this week, so if you were expecting one, you should be receiving it. Yeah. So, Dammy, if somebody wants to know more about Patreon or wants to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsknit.
Yes. What else, Dammy?
There is a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
Yes, and we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our site first and click on the appropriate image or link in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes, and then do your shopping as normal, we earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway. Yeah. Dammy, why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.com. There are the links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. Well, we should be back together in person next week to record. Thanks for sticking with us, even in unexpected circumstances. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Stay warm, stay safe. They're saying there's supposed to be more storms up here this next week. So, yeah, stay safe. To our friends in Australia who are dealing with the horrible bushfires, we wish you safety, and it's really been cool to see some designers in both the knitting world as well as in the cross-stitch world designing patterns to raise funds to donate. So yeah, so that's really awesome, and it's great that our communities can help support things like that happen. So until next week, happy crafting, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.